As Marcus Aurelius said, the universe is change. Life is opinion. In the bustling heart of the city of Eldoria lived a cartographer named Elias. For 20 years he had been the keeper of the great map of Eldoria, a sprawling, hand-drawn scroll that chronicled every cobblestone path, every river bend, and every boundary line of the known world. Elias viewed the map not merely as ink on parchment, but as the fundamental truth of existence. Its borders were fixed, its mountains immutable, and its waterways eternal. The stability of the map was, in his mind, the stability of life itself. One crisp autumn morning, a young scout named Kaylin returned from the Northern Territories, her boots muddy and her face etched with worry. Kaylin had been sent to verify the long-established route through the Whisperwood Pass. She unfurled a rough sketch on Elias's immaculate desk. "Master Elias," Kaylin began, her voice strained, "the old path through Whisperwood is gone. A series of small earthquakes has shifted the riverbed, creating a wide, impassable marsh where the valley floor used to be. The mountains, too, appear subtly different." Elias felt a cold dread settle in his chest. He dismissed Kaylin's findings as an exaggeration born of fatigue. "Impossible," Elias declared, his voice tight with the certainty of 2 decades. "The map shows a firm valley floor and a narrow, clear river. The great map does not lie. You must have simply taken a wrong turn." He spent the remainder of the day trying to convince Kaylin, and more importantly himself, that the old ink held true, that reality was flawed, not his chart. The incident, however, burrowed into his peace. Elias began to see every cartographer's update not as a correction, but as an insidious threat. A colleague reported that the coastline near the harbor had receded slightly due to strong tides. Elias argued for hours, clinging to the original deeper shoreline marked on his masterpiece. When the city engineers decided to reroute a minor tributary to prevent flooding in the Eastern District, Elias protested vehemently, citing the tributary's historical and correct position as documented in his archives. He grew withdrawn, his brow permanently furrowed, spending his evenings tracing the unchanging lines of his masterwork while the real world outside his window continued its silent, relentless transformation. His suffering was complete, derived entirely from the difference between the rigid image in his head and the fluid reality outside his door. A week later, a traveling scholar visited the archive. Seeing Elias's distress, the scholar smiled kindly. "Master Elias," she said, pointing to the river on the cartographer's revered map. "Is this river the river, or is it merely your idea of the river?" She explained that the river itself was in constant motion, sediment shifting, water levels rising and falling, banks slowly eroding. The map, while useful, was merely a snapshot taken at a single, vanished moment in time. True stability, the scholar suggested, was not found in fixed borders, but in the acceptance of their change. Elias slowly ran his finger across the inked line. The moment he released his grasp on the opinion that the map was the truth, and accepted that the world was change itself, the knot in his stomach loosened. If this story connected with you, please like, comment, and subscribe for more content like this.